Bigo, tune in for the show. Business matters, we're about to blow. Streaming each night, never take a break. Making real big moves, can't make mistakes. Bigo.
All right, welcome back everyone for another deep dive. Today we're going to get into something that I think is really important for anyone who uses Bigo Live.
Absolutely.
And that is how to deal with harassment. And our source for this is an article called How to Report and Address Harassment on Bigo Live from the official Bigo Live blog. It was published on August 22nd, 2023, so fairly recent. Mm-hmm. And this is a really good resource because, whether you yourself have been harassed or whether you are just trying to be informed and help others.
Right.
This is a good article to kind of have under your belt.
For sure. Online safety is such a big topic these days. Harassment is one of those things that pretty much every platform is trying to figure out. Hopefully by the end of this deep dive, we can give you some tools and knowledge to protect yourself and even maybe advocate for other people who are going through similar situations.
Yeah. So the article jumps right in and defines what harassment is on Bigo Live. We're talking about stuff like inappropriate comments, unsolicited advances, bullying, threats, and sharing personal information without consent. But I guess my question to you is is that all it is? Is it just those things?
Well, those are definitely great examples and a good starting point. But one of the trickiest things about harassment is it's all about how it makes someone feel. So if something feels off, if your gut is telling you something's not right, trust your instincts. It might be harassment even if it doesn't perfectly fit the official definition.
So it's not just about ticking off boxes, right? It's about how it makes you feel.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So let's say you are feeling harassed on Bigo Live. What's the first thing that someone should do?
Well, the first thing anyone should do is document. Just like any other situation where you need to prove that something happened, you've got to have the evidence. So take screenshots with timestamps, usernames, the whole 9 yards. And honestly, it's also a good idea to save those copies somewhere safe outside the app too, just in case something happens to the in-app evidence.
Yeah, that's really smart.
Yeah.
So you're not just relying on the platform to maintain all of that evidence. It's like having your own, backup just in case.
Absolutely.
Right. So now you've got all this documentation. What good is it if you don't do anything with it?
Well, right. And that's where blocking comes in. The block feature on Bigo Live is one of the best ways to just immediately cut off contact with someone who is harassing you. Especially if it's a low-level annoyance or someone who's just not getting the hint. You block them and they're gone from your world.
Blocking is so satisfying.
Yeah.
Just that feeling of click. Shutting the door on somebody.
Yeah.
But what if it's more serious? What if blocking isn't enough?
Then that's when we move to reporting. Reporting on Bigo Live is so essential because this is where you actually give them the concrete evidence to take action. And the more detailed you are in your report, the better they're going to be able to understand the situation and take action.
So you're actually, giving them the ammunition they need to act.
Right.
And that's where that super organized documentation comes in handy, right?
Exactly. Think of it as building a case file. The more clear, the more organized you are, the stronger your case is going to be.
Right. That makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
Now, what if you're dealing with something really persistent, like multiple accounts, things are kind of escalating? Does reporting even work in those situations?
It definitely can. In that case, you would want to report each account separately, of course, to make sure all of your evidence is well organized so that they can see the full picture. And you can always go a step further and contact customer support directly too.
So you're kind of escalating it up the chain.
Exactly.
Right. It sounds like Bigo Live has some systems in place.
Yeah.
But, before we get too deep into all the what ifs, what about staying safe in the first place? How much personal info is too much to share on a platform like this?
That is a great question, and the article stresses this a lot.
Huh.
It all boils down to be cautious about what you share online. I mean, think about it. Would you walk around, in the real world shouting out your home address and phone number to everyone you meet? Right. Probably not. You apply that same common sense to your interactions online.
Yeah. It's easy to forget that not everyone has good intentions when you're having fun chatting with people. So keep your phone number and address and all that private.
Absolutely. It's about being mindful without being paranoid. It's totally fine to share your hobbies or your interests, but always think twice before you reveal something that could compromise your safety or privacy.
Yeah. So finding that balance. Okay. But how do we stay up to date on all of this? Because things change so fast online. What if Bigo Live releases new features or updates their guidelines? How do we keep up?
That's where Stay Informed comes in. Think of it like keeping your online safety software updated. You don't want to be running an outdated version, right? So make sure that you are checking the Bigo Live blog, checking the app itself for any new features. That way, your online safety toolkit is up to date.
Okay, so we're doing our regular checkups, making sure that we're all good.
And it's not just about protecting yourself, it's about contributing to a safer environment for everyone.
Yeah, it's like we're all part of this big neighborhood watch online.
Exactly.
But we've covered a lot of ground. Maybe we should take a pause here. There's still so much to unpack, especially when it comes to actually reporting harassment and what happens next.
So welcome back. We were just getting into the importance of reporting harassment on Bigo Live. Let's kind of dig a little deeper into what actually makes a good report.
Yeah, it felt like we were just getting to the good stuff. I mean, just hitting that report button, I'm guessing that probably doesn't cut it.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Think of it like filing a police report. You wouldn't just say something bad happened. You would give them details, right? The who, what, when, where, all of those important details so they can understand what went down and then take appropriate action. Reporting on Bigo Live is really the same idea.
Okay, so it's about specifics. We're using those super organized screenshots we talked about with timestamps, usernames. We're painting a picture for Bigo Live.
Exactly. And remember, they actually have a whole team dedicated to reviewing those reports and taking action if it turns out someone's breaking the rules.
Oh, okay. Good to know. So it's not just going off into the void, but what if, and this is a big what if you report someone and it just keeps happening? What do you do then?
Well, that's when follow-up is key. Don't be afraid to reach out to Bigo Live's customer support directly. They have an email address. They have an in-app contact feature. Use those tools and make sure that your voice is heard.
So persistence is key. It's like, okay, imagine you report a pothole to the city and they don't fix it.
Yep.
You're probably going to call them back and say, hey, remember that giant hole in the road? It's still there.
That's a great analogy. You have the right to feel safe on that platform, and they give you those tools to advocate for that.
Yeah. And we're not alone in this fight, are we? I mean, Bigo Live has this massive community. If you ever feel lost or you don't know what to do, there are other users out there. There are online safety groups. It's about finding that support system.
Exactly. Building a really positive online community means we've got to have each other's backs.
Yeah. Speaking of having each other's backs, let's kind of circle back to something we talked about before, proactive protection. The article really emphasizes protecting your personal information.
Right. It's all about making smart choices when you're online. If you want to share your passion for, underwater basket weaving, go for it. But maybe think twice before you post your home address or a selfie with your credit card.
Right. Once it's out there, it's out there.
Yeah.
Right. We've all seen those cringe stories where someone accidentally shares a little too much. So maybe a little healthy paranoia isn't a bad thing.
For sure. It's not about being scared. It's about respecting those boundaries, your boundaries and other people's boundaries. Think about it. Would you give a random stranger on the bus your banking information?
Right.
Probably not. So apply that same logic to the internet.
Okay, that makes sense. But, and maybe this is just me, but sometimes it's hard to know where that line is. Like you want to connect with people. You want to share a little about yourself. How do you know when you're being too cautious or not cautious enough?
That's a great question. And honestly, there's no one-size-fits-all answer. You kind of have to develop your inner radar. If something feels off, just trust your gut. Better to be safe than sorry.
Okay, so inner radar activated. But Bigo Live is all about interaction. How do you stay safe without completely shutting yourself off?
Well, that's where those safety features that we talked about come in. We already covered blocking and reporting, but Bigo Live actually offers a whole toolbox for protecting yourself.
Right. And they're always adding new stuff too. So it's really up to us to stay in the loop. It's like, okay, imagine you get this fancy new car and it's got all these amazing new safety features. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't just ignore them, would you? You'd want to learn how to use them so you could stay safe.
Exactly. They're always working to improve their safety features. It's like getting a safety upgrade. It's in your best interest to learn what those upgrades are and how to use them.
So Bigo Live blog, check in the app for new features.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we're playing detective with our online safety.
Exactly. And it's not just about protecting yourself, right? It's about the more people that are informed, the more people who are using these tools, the safer it is for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. But let's kind of flip the script a little bit. What if you see someone LSE being harassed? Do you just, scroll on by?
That's a tough one. And I think we've all been in those situations where we see something happening online and we just freeze up. We don't really know what to do.
Right.
And it's completely understandable to feel that way. But even small actions can make a difference. The first step is just to acknowledge it. Don't pretend that it's not happening.
So no more bystander syndrome. We're calling it out.
Right.
But what if you're not comfortable, directly confronting the harasser? What do you do then?
It's totally okay if you're not comfortable getting involved in a potentially dangerous situation, but you can still support the person who ISS being targeted. Send them a private message, just let them know you see what's happening, let them know you're there for them. You could even offer to help them report the incident.
Yeah, it's like that whole strength in numbers thing, right? Even if it's just a virtual pat on the back, it lets that person know they're not alone.
Exactly. And if you do feel comfortable, you can always report the harasser yourself. The more people who report an incident, the more likely Bigo Live is to take action.
So even if we're not the direct target, we can still be part of the solution. Speak up, offer support, hit that report button. It's about taking those small steps to make Bigo Live a better experience for everybody.
Exactly. Every action counts, no matter how small. But speaking of actions, how do we take all this information and actually apply it in our own lives? How do we go beyond just reacting to harassment and actually create a genuinely positive online space?
Ooh, that is the challenge, isn't it? It's easy to talk about these concepts.
Yeah.
But putting them into practice, that's where it gets a little tricky.
It is, but it's also where it gets really interesting. So when we come back, let's talk about what we can each do, both individually and as a community, to cultivate that positive online culture.
All right, welcome back to the show. We've spent a lot of time this episode really diving into the details of how to handle harassment on Bigo Live.
Yeah, we have.
But before we wrap up, let's take a step back and think a little bit bigger picture.
Okay.
What can DoobieE, the users,
Right.
do to make a difference? Because it feels like a pretty huge topic.
Right. It is a big topic, but that doesn't mean it's out of our hands. You know, we've talked a lot about all the tools Bigo Live provides and the things that they are doing to try and combat harassment.
Right.
But at the end of the day, a lot of it comes down to us users. We've got to take responsibility. We have to work together.
Right. It's like, okay, imagine Bigo Live is this huge virtual city. We're all citizens of this city, right? And the way that we all behave affects everyone else.
Exactly.
So where do we even begin to build a better city?
Well, if we take all the information we've talked about today, I think it really boils down to 3 key things.
Okay.
First is awareness. You have to be able to recognize harassment when you see it, even the more subtle stuff that might not be so obvious at first.
Right. Because it's not always going to be this giant, flashing neon sign that says harassment happening here.
Exactly.
It's about trusting those instincts, right? Knowing when something just feels wrong.
Yeah, exactly. And once you have that awareness, then you can move on to the second thing, which is action. Don't just be a bystander. Use the tools we talked about. Blocking, reporting, reaching out for support. Even something as small as that can help to shift the balance.
Right. It's like we're not just walking down the street in this virtual city. We're actively looking out for each other. We're stepping in when we need to.
Exactly.
There's got to be more to it than just reacting. Right?
Yeah.
How do we actually create a space where this stuff is less likely to happen in the first place?
That brings us to the third and I think most important point, cultivating respect. It's about setting the tone, creating an environment where harassment simply isn't welcome.
So we're all like etiquette coaches now, going around reminding people to be nice.
No, not quite. It starts with each of us. Think about your own behavior when you're online. Are you being respectful? Are you considering how your words might affect other people? Even something as simple as calling out disrespectful behavior, if you see it, can make a huge difference.
So leading by example, it's like, okay, if you see someone littering in this virtual city, you wouldn't just ignore it, right? You might politely say something, or you might even, pick up the trash yourself.
Exactly. It's about showing that you value respect and you expect the same from others. And the more people who do that, the more it just becomes the norm.
Right. It's that ripple effect, right?
Exactly.
Like one person's actions kind of create this wave that goes outward.
Absolutely. And remember, these platforms are all about connection and community. So if we all do our part to make that community a respectful one, then everybody benefits.
Yeah, that's such a good point. It's not just about avoiding the negative stuff. It's also about actively trying to create those positive interactions.
Exactly.
Celebrating creativity, supporting each other, making it a place where everyone feels safe being themselves.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And that's really where you come in. You know every interaction you have online, every comment you make, every time you choose to speak up or offer support, you are actually shaping that culture.
Wow. When you put it that way, it's actually really empowering, right?
It is.
It's like we're all these little architects and we're building this virtual world together, brick by digital brick.
I love that. That's such a great analogy. We really do have so much more power than we realize to influence these online spaces that we're a part of.
Absolutely. So the next time you log into Bigo Live, or really any online platform, remember, you're not just a user, you're a citizen of this digital world.
Right.
And just like in the real world, you have a responsibility to help make it a good place to be. Speak up, be kind, choose respect.
Couldn't agree more. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive.
And remember, the conversation doesn't stop here.
Yeah.
Keep learning, keep sharing, keep building that positive online world. Until next time, stay curious and happy streaming.
Bigo, tune in for sure. Business matters, they run a whole flow. Streaming every night, they never take a break. Making moves online, no time for mistakes. Bigo, we on the grind. Business matters,